What's going on, everybody? This is Geek Summit dropping in just to share a little video with you on the evolution of the Geek Summit continued improvements on the sonic screwdriver for the 11th Doctor plus the 12th Doctor. This is our original sonic screwdriver by Character Options. It's got the one button here, then you pop it open, then you go all the way downstairs, push this button, and do that, and it makes no sense. So, my first alteration I ever made took a second piece of plastic right here, and I just basically created a button that's not really so much functional as a button itself, but so you get your option to push button 1, and then when you pop it open, it just stays illuminated. That was okay. It was kind of cool. It was kind of sleek, kind of clever for the first go. But then we quickly evolved into a system where I basically removed that second button and had masked the area where the buttons were with a molded plastic, basically. So now this is the final version that I've got, which is no button. See right here where the stitches are used to be where your function was to pop it open, push button 1, and then button 2 once you had it open. But now this is a flickable sonic screwdriver. So we replaced that whole button area with this casted piece of rubber, basically, placed on the collar. So now we have the ability to flick it open, activate open, and close. Still activates while closed. Then we've also hidden the button feature basically completely. So it's a pretty nifty little modification. I like it because it's sleek. It looks pretty sharp. There's still a seam because it's not perfect the way I did it. But basically I took a mold of the collar from the Build a Sonic Screwdriver set, which is basically the exact same size as this. Took a mold of that stitched area, and then basically put my safeguards in here to protect the buttons underneath, and then poured the rubber in, held the mold in place, come back overnight, and everything is nice and tidy looking. So it's a pretty sharp little modification. I like it. That way we've got the back button is completely obsolete now. The spring mechanism is also gone because it's flickable now, so it doesn't spring open. You have to actually do the flick. But it's pretty slick. I like it. Looks pretty sharp, and of course we've gone back over with a black wash to bring up the details in the forks and everything up top and up front, and of course the collar down below. Looks pretty cool, but that's not where we stop yet. You've probably seen the Doctor Who lamps at your FYEs and other pop culture stores. They sell this lamp. It costs just as much as the Character Options toy for the entire lamp, plus this guy, which is just a little bit bigger than your standard sonic screwdriver. Just a hair, though. Just for size comparison right there. The bigger one comes off the lamp. Basically, with $29, $29.99, you buy the lamp, get a hacksaw, and chop off the bottom that keeps it intact. But keep in mind there's a wire that runs down to the base, from the center here where all the action is. But it runs down to the base, so you gotta separate that battery compartment and all that from the base before you start hacking into stuff, because otherwise you chop the wire, and then you've got to rewire stuff, and it gets a little troublesome. But basically, I took the button that would be right here, moved it to the back, so now we have this nice little authentic looking button on the back. We've sealed the bottom with a ring of hot glue. Just needs to be painted back into color. But so you got a nice little thing that still springs open, still has a sound, open and closed. But I have not managed to get light in the thing. What's up, buddy? Yeah, little man in the back. I'll be done in a minute. But anyway, I've managed to actually take one little strip of an LED Christmas light and string it down into the sound box down here and plug it onto the chip where basically the noise comes from. So when you do push this button, it'll activate a light that you can just string up into the end here, and it looks pretty sharp. But I've not managed to do one of those, build it back together, and have it open and close without somehow severing that line or stretching it too far or something like that. But all in all, a nice little authentic looking piece, and it costs you just as much as a Character Options toy, just with a little bit of tweaking. So that's Geek Summit's story on the sonic screwdriver. And hopefully this last iteration will be the last one I ever care to mess with, because now, of course, Character Options has finally corrected what they had done before and given us the one touch, which then they've gone back and then made yet another version where they removed this button and put it on the bottom. So you still have this chunky little guy right here to flick that open, but then you're actually activating it on the bottom. So it's kind of a slick ergonomic design, I guess, but otherwise it's just kind of another version floating around out there to confuse people and disappoint them when they buy the wrong one on eBay. So that's the story. Have a good Check you later.